Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Star. Today, we're going to be doing some positional rankings for the upcoming 2021 NFL draft. Please subscribe. We are at currently at 86 subscribers, and we want to get to 100 by the end of March, which was when we started up our channel last year. So please make it happen. We are very close, but yet it seems impossibly far. So please subscribe, like the video if you like it. And here, let's go into it. So first off, we have quarterbacks, and I think everybody can agree that Trevor Lawrence is number one, right?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see Zach Wilson being behind Justin Fields.
Yeah, I would put Zach Wilson above Justin Fields as well. And
Yeah.
the thing about Zach Wilson, I've watched a bit of tape on him, and Zach Wilson, when he plays, like he is poised in the pocket and he goes through his reads pretty well. The thing
Yeah.
about Zach Wilson is he might underthrow the ball every so often, but that's not a big concern. Justin
Yeah,
Fields
that
is
can be coached out of him.
Justin Fields is a bit run happy, and I think he just takes way too many sacks overall. Like when you look at him play, like he gets stuck on his first read a little bit too much. So, I'd put Zach Wilson above
I
Justin
think the
Fields.
comp that you can kind of give for Fields is kind of looks a bit. I don't watch a ton of college football, but comparing it to some rookies recently, kind of looks like a bit like a Lamar, like way too run heavy. Didn't really show off his amazing arm.
Yeah. Now he will take shots every so often.
He will take
and
shots,
he
but like
is accurate. He's got
he is
a really good arm, but it
he's just
just
way too
hasn't
raw.
happened. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Now
all of it can be coached out of him, but if I had to pick one quarterback to save my job, it's definitely Zach Wilson.
yeah, that's why I think the Jets should do it too. Um so now the question becomes, are we going to take Trey Lance or Mac Jones? If we are, let's say, a QB needy team, obviously scheme and stuff matters, but would you rather take Trey Lance or Mac Jones? Personally, I would honestly rather take Mac Jones. The reason being, Trey Lance, I think, is a bit way too much raw. Mac Jones is very poised in the pocket, and even though he's from Alabama and that system was incredibly screen and play action heavy, he's accurate. He can throw the ball far, and Trey Lance has those qualities at some points, but he's also sometimes incredibly inaccurate, which is very concerning. How about you guys?
The thing about Trey Lance, in my opinion, is he's coming out way too early. I think if he takes like another year, maybe even 2 years, I think by the time he's a senior or maybe even a junior, I think he'll be way more developed. Granted,
Yeah.
I think he is NFL ready right now. I just don't think he's as good as he can be if he waits another year or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think especially with this is gonna be a bit of a spoiler for the upcoming mock draft that we're doing, but I like Mac Jones to the Patriots, and I think those schemes are very, very similar. Like if you look at Brady's last year, not as much Cam's year, but even so, you still saw signs of it then. Look at Brady's last year; it was very play action heavy, which fits right into what Mac Jones is very skilled with. He's not the greatest runner, but he's good on play action.
Yeah.
So if he goes to the Patriots, I think he's gonna be a very good quarterback. So
Yeah. Okay, I think we just do the top five position, and I think Kyle Trask is easily the sixth best quarterback in this class.
One more thing about quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
I think Kalen Mond is very underrated.
Oh yeah, Kellen Mond had an extremely good Senior Bowl.
yeah.
Yeah, I hear he's rated like 140. I just don't think he's like. I think he could potentially go in the second round. I think
Yeah.
he has more potential than, especially Jamie Newman. I think he could be better than Kyle Trask, honestly. But yeah, he's very underrated. That's all I have to say about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why Kyle Trask isn't competing with Lance, or even Mac Jones, I think Trask just because he just didn't have a great year this year.
Well, he had a good year, but he didn't quite put on the tape performance that Jones and Lance and above had.
Which is the problem. Like, I mean, he had a good season, just never really wowed anybody.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to running backs.
You won't get wowed when you look at the tape.
Yeah. I think it's for the most part, there's only really two like stud running backs in this class. Travis Etienne and Najee Harris. I would put Najee Harris above Etienne personally because if you look at that Alabama offense, they really relied on him so much. Like he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He is just a dynamic runner. I would rather have Najee Harris than Travis Etienne.
I'd say Trey Sermon should be up there along with like the top 3 or 4. Trey
Mm,
Sermon, if you look at his tape, he did. He also did a lot for the Ohio State, but I just think he should be a top maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't know.
yeah. All right. So the running back is fairly straightforward this year.
Yeah,
Now wide
I don't
receiver
really have
is
a lot to
going.
say on it.
Yeah, wide receiver now. This is a really good talking point. Jamar Chase or Devonte Smith? Well, I'll let you guys go first, and then I'll talk.
I mean, it's gotta be Devontae Smith, right? I mean, he's a, you got the Heisman. I mean, how are you not the number one wide receiver when you get the Heisman? I mean,
Granted, Jamar
so
Chase and Jalen Waddle both. Well, Jamar Chase opted out, and Jalen Waddle obviously got injured halfway through the season. So take that
I
into.
get that, but like, still, I mean, he put up 200 yards in the first half against in the national championship game.
Yeah,
I don't get how there's this big of an argument. Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle are top tier wide receivers,
yeah.
but
Well,
it's
okay.
like,
So yeah, so how I would categorize this, I love Devonte Smith. He has a great release. He's underratedly fast, and he's just a great player overall. Now, Jamar Chase, on the other hand, I've actually watched him play. I haven't gotten a ton to Devonte Smith, but I have done Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase. So there's two particular routes that he's just unbelievable at. That is the slant route, and the back shoulder fade along the sideline. Like when Joe Burrow threw him the ball like that, that was like he would come down with it on, especially on the back shoulder fade, literally every single time. And it wasn't like he was going up against like some FCS level corners either. He was going up against SEC level players. He was
yeah.
absolutely just bodying them. It was unbelievable to watch, to be honest.
Now here's the.
Addi- yeah.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so additionally, Jamar Chase, and when I was watching it, I literally went, wow, so many times out loud because when the ball is snapped, obviously your hips as a wide receiver are pretty much, they're not perpendicular, but they're close to perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. What he does every time the ball is snapped, he moves his legs and hips parallel to the line of scrimmage, and he just it literally freezes the defender because you have no idea what to do as a defender. If the opposing receiver is parallel to you, you have no idea where he's going, no idea what he's doing. And that works particularly well when he's running a slant route because he freezes the defender, he has absolutely no idea what he's doing, and then he cuts super hard and runs a slant. And he has that little bit of separation that you need in the SEC, and you're going to need that in the NFL as well. And it was just absolutely incredible to watch him play.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my. I think if you're the Bengals, if you're at number 5, Jamar Chase is still on the board. Do you pair him back up with Joe Burrow and maybe like in the later round trade up to like maybe early like 20 something and draft it offensive tackle because the tackle position is so deep this year? Do you pair him back up with Jamar Chase or do you go Penei Sewell or Slater, whoever is available?
To be honest, it's tempting. I mean, I'm not sure if I would do it if I'm the Bengals, especially if someone like one of them is available, Rashawn Slater or Penei Sewell. I'm not sure if I would do it,
Yeah,
but that is so tempting.
if Panay Sewell is available at number 5 to the Bengals, which I personally don't think he will be, uh,
Yeah,
there's no way you miss him. This season was promising, and then because you don't have an offensive line, your rookie quarterback tears his knee up.
yeah,
It would be complete stupidity to not do it.
yeah. I mean, this wide receiver class is so deep. I think we can all agree Jalen Waddle is third. Is that? I mean, does anybody have any argument to that?
Yeah, he's Yeah, he's third. There's no
Yeah,
There's
he's
no
third.
for
argument.
Wandale Moore.
Now fourth, I think Justin Ross has not declared. I highly doubt he's declared. Um, fourth is the real talking point. I think it would be Rashad Bateman and then Rondale Moore fifth. But that's just me. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I think
Obviously, there's a
Tony.
huge drop off, but I'm not sure who would be fourth.
I think Tony, who's I don't see him on the list right now, but I think he is arguably like a top 4 or 5. But I don't see him on here.
Who? Kadarius Tony.
Yeah, I think he
Kadarius
could be
Tony.
a top 4
Yeah, they have him
because he's
way down
yeah.
in here.
And Chris Olivier has opted out or
Yeah,
not opted out.
Chris
He's coming
Olave.
back
Yeah.
for senior.
Yeah.
Olave, yeah, he's
Yeah.
returning for his senior.
All right, so let's move on. I think tight end's pretty straightforward. Let's do offensive lineman. Um, offensive lineman, Penei Sewell
If
is
you don't
definitely
pick,
the number one. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if Panay Sewell's available, you pick him. Unless you're like, I'd say top 2, you don't pick him. I can make the argument for top 3. You guys don't agree with me on that, but I can make the argument for top 3. And then after that, if he's available, you pick him.
Yeah. And then after that, I
Yeah.
would say Rashawn Slater. To be
Yeah,
honest, Rashawn Slater is really good. It's just that Penei Sewell has a lot more upside. And Rashawn Slater can
yeah.
play guard, center, whatever really you want him to.
And Panay Sewell, you could argue that he's the best. He's the best non-quarterback prospect by far.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the number 1 prospect is obviously Trevor, just because he's the best quarterback that we've seen since Andrew Luck entered the draft.
Yeah.
and Joe Burrow.
I mean, after the thing with Joe Burrow though was that he only had that 1 year, so he's less sure than anybody else. But yeah, I can make the argument that he's the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck, or I mean, even maybe Peyton Manning, honestly.
Yeah. All right, so then at number 3, I'd say Christian Darrisaw at number 3, and then Wyatt Davis, and then probably Jalen Mayfield after that.
I'd say Darrisaw, Elijah Vera Tucker, and maybe Mayfield. I just don't think you can pass up Elijah Vera Tucker after like 20.
Yeah.
If you need like an offensive tackle as your main need, he's just so dynamic. He's such a great player.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Edge, I think it's. I mean, we can discuss it. We can do like the top 3. Where is Hold up. He's not on here. Okay, never mind. Let's just go
Who?
to Quiddy Pay. Quiddy Pay isn't on here. I think this is maybe not like an updated
lineman.
one.
Yeah, I don't think this is.
Oh yeah,
updated.
okay. He's
check
he's
D
Quiddy
line.
Pay.
Check D.
Yeah, he's on there.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so Quiddy Pay, I'd say he's the best edge rusher even in this class. Then maybe
he's. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was done.
Interesting. This year is gonna be a really offensive and like secondary based draft, just because I don't see, at least not in many mock drafts, a defensive lineman going before like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Even then, like I've seen Quiddy Pay, who's one of the best rushers in the draft, going like as deep as like 20 or 25-ish.
Yeah.
I could see him going 15 above. I don't think he's gonna drop at that far, but I'd say Quiddy Pay is more NFL ready than Gregory Rousseau.
Yeah, Rousseau's raw.
Even though Gregory Rousseau could potentially be a very, very good edge, I don't think he's NFL ready quite yet. But I think declaring for the draft was a good idea on his part, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Linebacker, yeah. I don't think there's really. Well, I mean, there's the top 3. Look, really, Micah Parsons, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and then there's just a debate after that. So let's just move on to corner, which I think is going to be a real talking point. Who do you all have as your number 1 corner? Would it be Patrick Surtain?
Patrick Surtain.
Okay.
Surtain.
Yeah, for me too.
I've seen him going as high as like 4 to the Falcons.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So I
mean,
just don't think.
yeah.
I think he's one of the best. I think he's a incredibly good, corner that matched up against some of the top wide receivers in the draft.
Hmm.
And he didn't match up against the Heisman Trophy or Waddle, but he matched up against everybody else in the SEC. Some of the top,
Yeah. So
some of the top
I think
other wide receivers in the
Sertan.
draft.
Yeah, I think. Well, the thing with Sertan, like in the SEC, people were afraid to throw to him. And Jamar Chase, at least a little
Yeah,
last year now, he was a little bit better on Patrick Sertan, but still, it was like Patrick Sertan was shutting down people. So him for sure one, and then
yeah,
I'd say Caleb Farley too.
Or I'd say
yeah.
I like that list. I think J.C. Horn and then Sean Wade. I don't think Darian Kendrick is gonna go anywhere before J.C. Horn or Sean Wade, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
All right, so
Yeah.
that pretty much covers every position. Javon Holland could probably be a nickel corner as well. Yeah, I mean he could be a number of different secondary positions. Um, yeah,
I really think that this draft is going to be a draft where you're going to see a couple people reach on safeties in like the second or third rounds, just
hmm,
because there's like not a big number of crazily good ones. Like there's like maybe like 3 or 4 good safeties, and there's a huge drop off. So I think you're going to see reaching for like Javon, like maybe Javon Holland, Hamza
Cyril Dean.
Narazdine, and then Trevon Moorheag. I think you're gonna
Yeah,
see people reaching for them, just because they're after that there's a crazy drop off, like a
yeah,
basically a drop off in rounds.
yeah,
So I feel you're gonna see people reaching for it this year. I I, I can almost guarantee it.
yeah.
All right, I
Well,
think that's it.
yeah, I think that's enough for today. We will see you soon. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.